It's a beautiful weekend here in Nairobi. I'm hoping you're doing well, wherever it is you're watching us from. Karibu sana kwa Youth Space. Jina langu ni Cheptai Kirui. Another episode, another season, and I'm so excited to introduce to you our team here at the Youth Space. I'm sitting with the girls today, different setting a little bit. Yeah. Tulisema leo, I'm going to sit next to Maureen. And then we have Aima on this. She's joining us again for the next episode. We're so excited you're becoming part of us, Aima. So happy to see you. And then the gents are sitting down there. We have Ezra and Ben. Of course, as usual, I'm going to give them a second to introduce themselves. But before we get to that, leo tunaenda kuongelea a very important topic. And this is an issue of a bad relationship. For the parents and the youth who are watching us from at home, please, this conversation and hopefully what you're going to hear from the young people on this program today is going to impact you in a positive way. It's time for us to start pushing this conversation so that we save lives, you know. So before we get to that topic, because Ben, you have microphone, you can introduce yourself for the first time. Kwanzisha.
I'm lucky today to be the first.
I know.
Chemua host, thank you so much. My name is Benjamin K. Cheboson. I'm from the Presbyterian University of East Africa. I'm happy to be here.
Happy to have you again, Ben.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, finally. Sijakuwa mwisho this time, this episode.
I'm telling you.
I really thank you all our fans because you are the people that you make us to be the Youth Space. And our host Chamu, we are so thankful. My name is Cheptai Maureen and I'm from the Presbyterian University of East Africa.
Yeah. Pleasure to have you, Maureen. And then Aima.
Thank you. My name is Emma Presbyterian University of East Africa, to be precise.
Yeah.
Last but not least. My name is Ezra MK. Yeah, MK is Malako and Kipkoi.
Yeah.
So I'm Ezra MK, also from Presbyterian University of East Africa.
Yeah. Malakwen is a unique Kalenjin name, right? It's so rare to find someone with that
pronounce
name.
it at a certain speed because when you ukisema Malakwen inakaa mbaya, so say Malakwen. Yeah.
I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank
In
you.
the last episode, we were talking about good relationships. It was quite an impactful conversation, and I was so impressed by the thoughts of what we think about when it comes to relationship with the young people, right? And that conversation was really, a lot of people took to it in a good way. I think on YouTube, you guys had some people following us as well. Yeah, that was an interesting one. But today, I think, first of all, we have to appreciate Ben. Because when you're thinking about relationship that has gone bad, there's a story you are telling us behind the scene. And I feel like just for the respect of that family and also for you as a friend and for giving us an opportunity of starting with that as a background of a conversation.
Today actually, as you have stated, the topic of today actually inaniguza because there's this friend of mine, Regan Kipkoech Boit. This is a friend of mine tulisoma naye primary, and I remember actually the time we were admitted in the school, we were from a local primary school somewhere there. So we went there and we missed the beds, but we shared a bed for 2 years until at least we got our own beds. And the guy has been somebody, unlike me to compare for ourselves, mi nilikuwa mtu caring sana about things, but for the guy alikuwa ule mtu don't care. But it came a point all of us developed from maybe we went to different high schools, and later in 2019 he joined or maybe he went into a relationship with a girl, I can't mention her name maybe, and they pushed. They have been there for about maybe from 2019, 2020, now 2021, now it's 2022, and they had a good relationship, that's a mutual kind of, and they shared good things. And it reached a point that maybe he had invested into that girl, and later the girl dumped him and went to another man. And this guy tried to pick up with another girl, but for 2 good months, the other girl hakupick. Regan decided to commit suicide because of this. So akakunywa sumu. Na in fact, it was last week on a Thursday that we buried him. It was so painful as a friend. Now, if you can recall, this is a kind of guy may suffer this kind of depression because of a bad relationship. na lose his life, to make us friends to feel that tulilose maybe kamba mahali hatukusemezana, we never encourage each other, especially we close friends, because I see that maybe ningeshare something that guy bado angekuwa anapona. Now still pia that was an issue that maybe as we are talking to these guys, and I'm sure many of them are hearing me today, it's so painful as a friend, because Regan, the late Regan, we can say for his honor, let him rest in peace, because I suffered depression almost for maybe, let's say, 3 months now without speaking to anyone. This is the thing, alisuffer peke yake, akanyamaza. According to what he wrote maybe to parents and us friends, he mentioned that maybe he was smiling before us, but inside him he suffered a lot. And we friends tulianza kumkejeli, because there's a point he said that when I told him, or maybe most of the friends told him, hey jamaa uliinvest kwa hiyo na akakuacha, wachananga na history ya kukua intimate sana kwa mtu. So alifeel akuwa akisema this, open up about life yake ya mapenzi, tutamcheka, na hiyo ikaled to his death. The family was maybe in a really painful mood, na the mother especially, because naweza recall this is a family that the mother has been really working hard for this guy. He used to visit us every weekend, na mtu, because there's a dream of every parent, mtoto atoke primary, secondary to university, and later anaenda kupumzika, at least enjoy kitu mtoto wake amemletea, then mtoto anakatiza maisha because of such a thing. It was so painful.
I'm so sorry, Ben.
Yeah.
And sorry to the family. You said Regan?
Regan Kipkoech Boit, the family of Boit. Yeah.
Where do they come from?
They come from Uasin Gishu County, Mosbridge, specifically a place called Chebarus. Yeah, they live there.
We want to send our condolences to the family, and maybe just take a moment of silence to Ben's friend.
Safiri salama, msalimu Maulana, tutaonana baadaye. Safiri salama, msalimu Maulana, tutaonana baadaye. Ndio, tutaonana baadaye, mpendwa, ndio.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
You know, working in a media industry, you always get and center, but until it hits home, and like Ben, I know you, so someone who is close to it's kind of relatable, right? It's really, really sad. And looking at a young person like that, losing a life, I feel like this conversation today is really, really important, because not only have we heard about suicide, we've heard about murder-suicide, right? Someone who goes and kill girlfriend or boyfriend and then kill themselves. And then we've seen attacks, you know. It's young, and it gets younger and younger, especially for those who are in campus, right? I think we need to have this, and I'm not even qualified to start with this conversation. So today I'm just going to put the question out there. Let's understand why do we all feel like if a relationship ends, it's the end of you, right? Ezra.
Wow. I think from my own perspective, many young guys out here are falling in love carelessly. So we won't blame anyone or something, and ndo mtu afikia point ya kucommit suicide, kufikia point ya kudie in the name of love. That means that guy has been going through a lot. Kujiua si rahisi. Ukae tu chini uko na thought, let me commit suicide, let me end my life, a beautiful life you've been having, then all of a sudden you want to end it. It's not easy. So that means mtu amekuwa na other background issues that also should not be forgotten. We should look at them. So ili for any other young person out there, I think chenye tunafanya kitu ya kwanza, the first mistake we do that makes us coming up to with such bad decisions ya kujiua, because surely it's very sad name of love. There are so many other things out there that is worth dying for, not love. As much as many young people are falling in love carelessly, that is one. Like, we are rushing things and we end up crashing. We just go into a relationship, damn, the first month, the second month, you're already investing a lot of time, attention, finances, everything into this person. Now don't know if she's there to stay for a young man like me, because from ukiangalia, even from statistics, I've been looking at them, if I'm writing an article and I was looking at statistics here, the number of people comparing the males and the female, especially young people, it is more males who commit suicide. Na wao ndio kwa na issue sana kuliko females, because men tunakuanga tumeinvest sana kwa msee. Boy anachukua manzi yote huko nje, unaanza kuinvest tu kwake, unajiweka kila kitu, your mind, your head, your hands, your legs, everything into that relationship, forgetting that a relationship can end at any time. You've not put a ring. So long as you've not put a ring into the finger of that girl, she can disappear at any time. Let's not cheat ourselves, because girls are very slippery. Wako very slippery. Asubuhi unaweza fikiria ni wako, saa 7 alisha change mind kitambo. And then they are so good in pretending. They can pretend for all year they are with you, but mind yao ilitoka kwako kitambo. It's because kuna other benefits anapata kutoka kwako, of which si necessary a keep your relationship. Aoni kitu ya kulose. So that is one mistake we do. Yeah.
Aima, why do you think someone will get to the point where they decide, kwa sababu relationship imeisha, there's no purpose for me to live anymore?
Okay, according to me, kwanza mkidate, there is this point, maybe tuseme sasa mi nimedate na Ezra, maybe nime invest, like nikiwa na shida I tell him, so like I rely on him kwa kila kitu, like nikiwa down I know he's going to lift my spirits, but then unakuja unapata amekuplay, so itafanya kabisa umekuwa ukiopen up kwake, na maybe so unajiambia kwani ulifanya mistake wapi, ndio maana umse anakuplay na umekuwa open kwake. Ukiwa na shida, in terms of happiness you tell him, ukiwa na any winnings you share hivyo, so inakufanya kabisa you feel down, na utaona like hakuna msee mwingine mwenye anaweza kusaidia, unaona tu lose msee mwenye nilikuwa na, so you see, unaona hakuna kabisa aje ya wewe kuishi tena. That's why.
Maureen,
I think the beginning of the show, some shows earlier we were talking about depression, and this is what it's killing our young men, our young ladies, and youths in general, because tangu mtu afike ile decision yenye anasema nataka kutoa uhai wangu, nataka kujua, nataka kuwa mtu, chini ukafikiria na ukapanga video utafanya, because you can't come and tell me ati nitachukua tu kisu na nikudunge hivyo. Hiyo ni kitu yenye umekaa chini umefikiria na take a lot of time. So tangu ifike hii wakati yenye mtu keti chini na kufikiria vitu kama hivyo, venye tu tumambiwa na MK, like when you go to a relationship utapata kuna mwenye ako na ile purpose yake, anataka tu kukua beneficial, like anataka kama ni finance, anataka tu mtu akupush time. Like we're in this generation whereby like we don't value things. It's so sad, like we don't value anything that comes on our way. Like we see everything like nimepata leo, kesho ninaweza kosa, niende ingine nipate, nikose, ni hivyo, ni sawa. Lakini we have to understand that into a relationship, this is something that we know it costs a lot. It costs a lot of your time, it costs a lot of your mind, and also the peace of mind that tunakuwa na. So when you go into this relationship carelessly, you'll end up realizing that nilifail kuingia kwa hii relationship, not because unaangalia huyu mtu si mrembo ama nini, hapana, unaangalia tu nilifail because the way I'm seeing this person, we can't fit to each other. Because pale mwanzo ulikosea ukaingia ndani carelessly, kufika pale ndani ukaona hii kitu haitanisaidia, ukasema sasa mimi hapa the only thing I can do ni kumdump. Na the moment unadump mtu, hapo sasa ndio depression inaanza kuingia. Depression ikianza kuingia, mtu anafikiria, anasema hata maisha ina maana, sijui ninafanya nini kwa hii dunia, hakuna kitu ninafaidika, mwenye nilimpenda hanipendi na aliniacha akaniachia mwingine. Sasa unaona inafika hiyo wakati ambayo mtu anaamua tu I'm like nothing. That is why you realize that someone anafika point ile ya it's better I die. Nikikufa nitasauliwa, ama nikiumua na nijua, ama nikimua niende jela, ni sawa, bora nimemua. Like that relationship yenye unafika jua, it's not something yenye ina happen leo tumependana kesho tukawana. It's something it takes a lot of time, and hapo kuingia ndani ya relationship does matters a lot. Yeah.
Ben, what do you think could be the reason?
Actually, bad relationship starts when I can maybe allow me to talk of three things. That's can't wait to talk about investment kwa mtu. Kuna ile ownership ambayo umekuwa naye towards somebody na kuna jealousness. So number first, maybe let me start with ownership. You enter into a relationship with somebody, be it was a good relationship, that is you had an agenda, you had prioritized what you are going to do, maybe together you had talked until mkaangalia actually you want to start a relationship that is a very good relationship together, and it reaches a point that unaona this girl, actually this is the person I want to be with, to a point you are forgetting that this is a person also ana still anajaribu steps in her life. This is a person bado ana try to expand her bonds towards maybe career space, maybe uko mbele. Saizi watu people go to school, kila mtu ana strive at least and maintain the standard of the level of the technology the size tuko in terms of kind of everything. Mtu akona na mali yake, na that time is a point unaanza ku feel like unamlose, anaenda mbali. So just to come back hapa chini kama vijana, we don't have a lot of things to own somebody. If I have a girlfriend for example, and maybe to look in at that perspective ya sisi wenyewe kama saizi, we are still providing, tunaprovidiwa kila kitu, na kama yes yogo hata haiwezi tosha to share with kama sisi watu wawili. So ownership inatokea wakati kuna we are grown ups, we talk about things. Kuna ile intimacy ya sex na kuna ile intimacy ya kuzoea mtu in a good way, like an interest. So people should differentiate hapo, because kuna ule mtu umekuwa mpaka the time atenda kukaa na friends the other gender, unaanza kuwa na that kind. Let me in fact ulasi unaanza kuwa na jealous. Mbona mtu maybe in social media unaona mtu amepost your bae, unaona mbona alimpost pale Instagram, ameanza kumfollow people outside here. In fact wale grown ups, people fight because ati mtu amefollow mwingine. We have been seeing these guys, the celebs who have been having issues with such things. So that's where a bad relationship starts. Hiyo ownership ya mtu inafanya to a point unaona kuliko tu nianze kukua na hiyo feeling towards that I'm losing this kind of a person, let me end it. Then that investment, remember that every time you own something in your hands, even that's the thing maybe uko nayo kadogo, especially we are talking of this generation because wale our parents wenye wamekuwa wakubwa, they have a lot of things. That why they say we are losing anything. Mimi saizi nikiangalia maybe pesa mingi nimeshika, maybe such an amount, na nimespend a lot of money to this girl. Kila wakati during I have something, you pass near shop, you take a dress, you mali to take a drink, kuchukulia dem, then later anakudisappoint that anaenda maybe cheat somewhere else, maybe mnakuwa na agreement which it was genuinely mlifahamu, but lakini unaona no, the investment I've been doing here haiwezi enda hivyo. As a person you will sit down, unajaribu kujiweka kama mwanaume. Wewe si tunakuanga strong na nila amutuelewi for real. Sometimes we'll sit and kufikiria vizuri anyway. Mimi tukuje tuambiana hapa na Ezra, wewe tulia bana, unajua. But ndani yangu the pain that I have towards that amount of money or that amount of time, kuinvest si pia pesa peke yake. Time. You give somebody your own time, ukaji expose kwa social media, ukaji expose to your friends. You lost a lot of crushes ni walikuwa wamekuja in between you. Unaona there is a girl yenyewe alikuwa amekaa na alikuwa genuine. Then this akakuja akaniletea ufala na nimekuwa faithful na yeye. Then the following word itakuwa ni nini? Let her go. Or let me go.
Nasikia vile mnasema.
Yeah.
And I'm so scared actually sitting there. Because I always say like I'm your big sis, right? I'm sure we can all understand that 99% of all relationship you get in will break up. It's only the 1% that hopefully will lead to forever after, right? Your generation, our generation, and generation after, people make up and break up, right? And that's why it's so scary to think that an end of a relationship can lead someone to decide to end their life here. So probably I'll ask, is there anything as a society or authority, someone who is older, that can help so that we can, is there anything we can do really to help out?
Watu wanafaa kupewa advices. And there is this famous psychologist anaitwa Benjamin Zulu. His shows are very interesting. He's on TikTok, hata YouTube. Inafaa people waangalie what he's talking about, na pia like you internalize don't take your life away for something that umeinvest. Like unaweza, you can always start again. Don't take your life.
So you think advice would work?
Yeah,
If
advice
somebody
would
could click
work.
on it?
Yeah, and people should open up. Like unafaa kusema what is disturbing you. Ndio maybe leo kama mimi niko na shida na nimenyamazia na nione za nisaidia, I think that would be better. Unaenda unamwambia, you open up, maybe anaweza fanya kitu inaweza kusaidia, you don't take away your life.
Is there something that we are doing wrong, Ezra? Because like this thing is rampant, and it's happening more and more the younger we go, right? Kuna kitu inaweza stop that path if your mindset is set?
Yeah, I think there is something that can stop it, because what you know has the potential of elevating you and saving you from a lot of problems, and what you don't know has a potential of killing you. What we young people don't know about relationship has a potential of killing us in relationships. So society haijetupatia avenues, parents are not open, people around us are not so open kutupatia ya kuongea kuhusu issues za relationships. Tutaongelea politics, tutaongelea tutaongelea everything, forgetting that relationship is part of life. So parents should first of all, and the authorities around us should first of all create for us avenues. Ile naweza kaa na budangu, naweza kaa if I'm a lady, I can stay with my mom and tell her kuna umse, I can tell my dad. How many, to be genuine, almost 80% of our families hatuwezi ongelea such issues. Hati nikae na budangu sahii mkaleni mwambie ngumu. Yeah, so ni wao first of all kutupatia avenues. Our young people are filled with knowledge. Knowledge is power, then wisdom is the ability to apply that power in the right way. We are so much filled with knowledge. Tuko na knowledge kuhusu relationships, tunaiongelea kila siku, kila mtu ako kwa relationships. So we talk about these things, but we don't have the wisdom to apply the knowledge we have about good relationships in the right way. Hatuna hiyo wisdom ya kuapply, na hiyo wisdom itakuwa applied kama watu authorities around us wanakuja kutusaidia. So number one, I think it's knowledge. And also if our parents would come and tell us that all these issues surrounding relationships, and one problem, even we should not much more blame the parents and the society and the authority. Let me just go on the other side, because as much as to blame and everything, most of the things happening in bad relationships, it's because of we young people. First of all, tunaenda kwa relationship without knowledge. Tunaingia kwa relationship without understanding the dynamics of a relationship. Anything that you enter into, nauna knowledge kuhusu your field. If I'm supposed to enter into kwa business ya kutransport goods kutoka Mombasa hadi Uganda, I'll have to first look at the market trends, look at what money I can invest in first. But we young people tunaingia kwa relationship without understanding the dynamics of a relationship, without understanding the nature of girls, and I'm a man. I've been brought a family maybe of boys alone. Here I'm bringing a new person, a lady, a feminine figure into my life. Sielewi dynamics zake. So I'm treating a relationship casually and I end up a casualty of the same. So also we ourselves, as much as kuna knowledge huku nje, gazeti ziko, no one, how many young people can sit down na kusoma relationship books? Utapata wase wangapi tumekaa kwa phone tunasikiza knowledge kuhusu relationships? Ngumu sana, yet tuko kwa relationships. So the main cause of all these problems is we ourselves, the person in the mirror. We just have to look at the person of the mirror and say that you are the problem, I am the problem. We deal with it myself. Before I get into a relationship, I attend any counseling sessions, I attend all these religious functions, pastors, watu wote wenye wanaongelea kuhusu, amesema Benjamin Zulu, we have Robert Burrell, we have just have a lot of people around us. Kuna most relationship books, si lazima ununue. Saizi tuko kwa age ya social media, we are so much advantaged. Tunaweza soma from social media, from those figures. So we also should have the wisdom to apply what we learn from all those avenues. Yeah.
Wow, that's really, really impactful. I'm actually calling you at home. If you're a parent watching me, and probably you have kids around, please call them. The younger, the better. I actually thought we had sex education in school. That's a subject for another. Let me first of all hear what Mo has to say. Is there anything that can help?
According to me, I won't differ so much from what MK and Emma has already spoken about, because other than opening these forums, na kuwa open, like kama uko na shida usiogope kwenda kumwambia mwingine. And we realize that this problem is mostly with the male or boy child, because unajua wanakuanga na ile I don't know how to describe it, but they feel like I can't nitaanzaje kumwambia mwenzangu like nimedampiwa, nimeachwa, because it's really hard for them. And one thing I can say is that usiogope, open up. At times you can open up, utapata umekuwa offended, umetusiwa, wakakwambia wewe ni mjinga, uliingia kwani ulikuwa unafikiria unaenda wapi. Those things are there, criticisms zitakuwa, but open up, because sharing is partly solving the problem, because the moment I share with him or her, kuna venye nitakuwa nimepunguza ile mzigo. Now what guys can do as parents or these psychologists when you mmesomea relationship, don't just go to churches, don't just go to these big places. Enda hata pale kwa mtaa. Kuna yule mtu mwenye hana that knowledge anaweza ongea na mtu. Kuna yule mse mwenye hajui inaweza pata this information from this place. Kuna yule mse mwenye hata aendangi church, ako tu kwa gishagi, but kindly try your best to reach out to all these people. Try reaching out, hata kama umezoea kukaa kwa TV, umezoea kukaa kwa social media, kuna ule mtu mwenye hana hiyo knowledge, try reaching out to these people. Another thing, let's not assume like kila kitu is okay. And that is why we hear people say kama unajua kimeumana toroka, because at times you are just there, unakaa, unajiumiza, unajifinya na unajua hapa ninaumia. It's also good not only waiting for these sessions whereby you can be inspired, advised, given forums to talk to people or to listen from people who are educated or more informed than you. No, at times jisaidia mwenyewe. You don't have to stay there.
Wow, deep. You know, sometimes I sit here and I have so much questions going in my head, but unfortunately we work with airtime, right? So this topic of bad relationship, we've just come tip of it. I feel like next episode when we come back, we have to continue. It's like a part 2 for this conversation, because what we've just laid bare right now is the murder suicide that are happening, right? Key study, we've had friends, Ben's friend Regan, such a beautiful name, man. Yeah. And of course trying to understand where this issue is coming from. Okay, so I feel like we need to continue this conversation. Of course the time hasn't allowed us to finish it now, but in the next episode we'll just be here. I think we need to continue this conversation, right? For you who is watching at home, probably you're joining it a bit late, don't worry, we are going to post this on our YouTube page. There's contact on your screen there, so if you have any views and comments, please send it to us, and hopefully next time when you come back I'm going to retweet. I think in our next episode we are going to look at what informs relationship, right? Everyone ambaye mnaingia kwa relationship, what is a good relationship to you, na nani mnaimilete kama kuna role model, and where do you even learn about relationship, right? Because I think by knowing the kind of relationship you want, then we can talk about the strengthening and maintaining of it, and hopefully help each other to know that relationships are not do it all, end it all, you know. And I tell you, if you think like you have your bae right now, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, probably you're going to break up. Right? The statistics that are out there, especially for the young people, it's only a percentage where mmekutana campus and you become forever after. Let me just tell you the truth. So once you have that idea in mind, unaenda kuangalia boy wako differently. But inaitwa tough love, you know. You need to hear these things, right? Hakuna relationship unaenda ukifikiria like this is venye mlisema last time ati white dress and all that. Stop it. Okay? Yeah. So don't worry, this is not goodbye, it's just the end for this, and we thank Cass of course for giving us this platform to air this. So the next episode will be a continuation of bad relationship. My name is Cheptai Kirui. It's been fun hanging out with my team here. Okay. Ben, Ezra, Emma. Well, I hope utakuwa back on the next episode. Sindio ndio tumalize story. Yeah. Until next time, I'm wishing you the best. Have a blessed one. Bye.